Yeah. I feel like my daughter, I'm moving faster than the camera can catch me up. Like, wait for some people to get on here, man. Go to my blog. It's waiting on folk to show up, man. I want to give y'all an update. Hey, what's up? See somebody's in the building. What's up, y'all? Want to give an update as to the events of yesterday evening. So, yesterday evening, last night, what you call it. Please, share this. Kind of want to give an update, you guys, to talk about kind of what happened. So, let's see. So yeah, hold on a second. Boom. Also did a blog post about it on my new blog, darrenmarion.com. So I'll be posting that as well. So posting that in the link box, or what you call it, I guess the description box. So, oh man, missed somebody. So, all right, yeah. Yeah, that's me on there. All right, so yeah. We'll wait on one more person or a couple more people maybe. Pinning this up to the top. Kind of want to go over what happened. So, well, I'll just go ahead. We'll just go now. Yeah, so whoever's here, hello. As you know, last night, came to the shop and I noticed that someone had come in and busted up the joint like Brubaker with a stick. And actually, I know exactly who it was. It's the guy that lives right above Edie's Beauty Salon. And so get home, I get home and I tell my wife and she says, well, let's call the cops. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to call the cops because that's not what I do. I'm going to handle this face to face, as you say, man to man, person to person, and address that man and find out why would you do that to someone else? I just didn't make any sense. So she's like, well, I'm going to ride with you today, but as you probably can guess, that's what drove her, where her mindset is now with Darren's Coffee. That kind of should give you just a glimpse into where she's thinking. So she was like, Darren, it's Sunday, go ahead and let's just be cool, I'll make you something. I'll make you some breakfast, and who's gonna turn down breakfast by a wife who can cook, right? So she's like, we'll get some Hilligas, and then you'll come in. So call Hilligas, and she goes shopping, comes back, picks me up. We get here about noon. So pull up noon, and then actually I see the guy. He's got his dog with him. He's the gay guy that lives above Edie's, has a dog, and he always is walking him up and down the street. And I was like, well, babe, I know I'm going to see him no matter what. I'm going to see him before. If I can wait long enough, I can just sit and watch him come in the house. So we get here, and I see one of his friends is pulling up, and he's getting in the truck with his friend. And I was like, hey man, yo, come here for a second. What's going on? Why did you do this to me? Why did you go into my store and do all this? He was like, huh? What are you talking about? What? And I said, no, man, you know what I'm talking about. So this guy goes old school Ricky Lake on me. He goes, talk to the hand. It's like, psh, and turns around and walks away. Now, everything within me, like all in here, just started to get really angry and really swell up. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to hurt this guy. And then I thought, it was like, okay, wait a minute. You got kids. And my wife was like, please don't, I'm going to call the police. I was like, no, you're not going to call the police. I'm going to handle this myself. He gets in the car, truck rides off with his friends. I said, you know what? I got to deal with this, man. So I get in the truck and I follow him. And I pull up, I'm behind him, and they go down to the other gas station, and he gets out and is like, what are you going to do? You going to follow me now? And I said, man, if you only knew how bad I want to hurt you right now, you probably wouldn't say that. And I said, you are lucky. So then I drive off, and I'm jittering, and I think about my son Ian, and I think about, why, what's important. Is it, somebody coming into a coffee shop with a stick doing stupid stuff? Yeah, we're blessed that, nobody was here when it happened. Except Tony's over there asleep. Nobody was here, especially the kids or her. Also, because, and yet I know he'd definitely be in jail because she would have called the police. It's something that's, kind of about I talk to other black men like myself. I call myself a unicorn. We're like a group of unicorns where, we all are very college educated, well educated, either attorney, very high up, have our own businesses, etc. And so we don't have a natural community that we just have because we are in sparse places. And so what we do, I guess as a bit of a coping mechanism, is we try to we really want to accept being part of a community, and we go above and beyond what normal would be expected of someone to be in a part of a community, because everyone wants to belong. Everyone wants to be part of something, and usually if you can create or you can be part of a community, and you can actually help develop something. And that's kind of what I like about having the coffee shop so much is this can be like a community hub. Like, this is where we create a community. That's what this place is all about. And so, as being a black man and lives in the suburbs and moves around in the suburbs, I take excess. So I know I just lost a few viewers, but that's cool. About being in the community. But yeah, so bottom line is, no, I did not call the police. And still I'm not going to do it. If anything else, it's I say that I actually wrote this blog post, and I call it Patience, Temperance, and Mercy. And when we all put them together, it's called grace. And I believe that, Jesus, that he was grace. God gives us grace because of everything that we can do, everything that we've done, and we're still blessed enough that he says, you know what, I love you this much that I'm willing to lay down my only begotten son to save you, these people. And that is God's grace. And so we have to be able to show that to other people, because ultimately we're all failed. We're all hurting people. And then I started to think, like, well, that for someone to go in and do something like that, that's just not a rational thing to do. And so for someone to do something like that, the guy has to be hurting somehow. And then I began to feel sorry for him, because I don't like to see people in pain. I don't like to see people hurt. So, thanks, guys. Yeah, I don't like to see people hurt. And, I wrote about in the, in this blog post that, hey, it was like I went down to Subway to go get Tony something to eat. And I bumped into another big guy named Mike, and he was like, hey, man, we were just sitting there kind of struck up conversation. We were just talking about the Lord, man. And I was like, you know what, man? God is just giving us grace, man. And it's hard to realize that how much grace we actually receive on a daily basis, just period. I know it's very difficult because I'm not playing a violin or nothing like that, but I don't get a lot of mercy. I don't get a lot of temperance, patience. People generally aren't patient with me. If people come in, the drink is not ready on time, or we're not open on enough time. We're not, there's no no patience, no mercy. So, yes, thank you. We're Australia, but it's not for me to be hurt. Yeah. So, and thank you. No, I just think about how God loves us, man. And it says, love ye one another as God, Christ of the church. So that's how we have to, that's how we have to live our lives. We have to be an example. We have to be that to say, hey, we have to be that shining, that light on the hill, man. That's what we have to do. That's our duty, as Christians. Now, something I did learn in Bible camp that Pastor Bob taught me, and he said, there was a kid, man, he was bullying everybody, and he said, I was like, Pastor Bob, what do we do? He said, Jesus says, turn the other cheek. And he was like, okay, well, how many cheeks does Jesus have? And I said, two. He said, no. He's like, no, 1, 2. That's it. After that, you turn the other cheek, boom, boom. So, it's funny. I can sit back and laugh. And, yeah, it is, things catch up to people. And when I was in Speedway, the other guy that I bumped into, we were sitting there talking, and I said, man, God gives us grace, and because he gives us grace, we have to show it to other people. 7 times 70, well, I look at, I have to, I cannot say that I'm a believer and immediately want vengeance, because it says, vengeance is mine, say the Lord. It says that. So, and all I ever talk about is justice. What's just. So, yeah, man. What's justice? Justice is the guy not to come back around me again. That's justice. That not to even head over in his direction. That's just. Vengeance would be if I went out and I was like, hey, I want to get back at him. I want to get him back. I want to make him pay. I want to make him pay. That's not my job. That's not what I'm supposed to be doing. At all. When he came in here, yeah, man, fortunately enough, man, let's say he was blessed. He was blessed that he was able to get out of here without going to jail, man. Because this race day weekend, he probably spent, he would have been in for a minute, man. And he has a job. So I've been in that situation before, man, where people don't give you patience. They don't have temperance. They don't have mercy. And it's a lesson that I taught to my son. And I guess how this all comes back to it, kind of back to my family, back to my son, is, as you guys know, my son is matriculated from the 8th grade. Well, when he first got to, he got kids that were kind of messing with him. And I told him about how to get kids up off of him. And I was like, but, now that you know this, you have to show mercy. You have to show temper. You have to be able to hold back. And it's up to you now that you're the one that's actually in power, because when you know for a fact that you can hurt someone, and you don't, that is mercy. That's temperance, man. That's patience with saying, man, I know things are going to work out. My wife, I know as far as like Darren's Coffee, having a shop, her patience is really, really thin. And I know especially with things like this that we've been going through and trying to get reopened again, and how this is kind of all gone, that's really trying patience. And I don't know how much longer the patience will last, just to be honest with you. I know that, it's about the community and it's about being part of the community, but I also got a community that I have to worry about, as well as 3 other people in that community. So, but, as it stands now, I don't plan on going anywhere. Now, going forward, I don't know. I know that Minister Hodges and I next door, we definitely had a conversation that, I didn't receive a phone call. And I'm, I'm someone that will I do address people. I don't let things sit. So if there's somebody have a problem with something, then I get it out. Because if I hold that in, that's holding out my heart, man. I can't do that either. It says don't do that, man. So if you want to walk the walk, if you want to save, this is what you do. If you want to say that you're a believer or you believe that for God so loved the world, He gave His only begotten Son. And yeah, so that's kind of how it played out, man. So showing patience, temperance, and mercy. So, and when we had all that stuff together, man, that's what's called grace. So, and that's what that's what everybody wants, just a little bit of grace. Especially when you come home and your wife comes home, you've been eating up all the cookies. So, all right, y'all. I'll be here hanging out tomorrow, so you're welcome to come out and say hey. So yeah, man. All right, y'all be easy, man.